other platforms like WeChat and Zhihu, etc., by using video storytelling as well and having the dialogue with the expert. So this support three key things. We help to enhance the journal visibility in engaging format, and this platform is better using support Chinese researchers with localized video content. And another thing is, those vision support help to strengthen publishers' position as a trusted international journal group among Chinese academics. So next, I will give a very quick introduction about the Zhihu community. So this is a community where more than 80% of users hold a bachelor degree or higher, and this is China's social media platform with a dynamic online experiences. It is equivalent to the Quora in the Western world, and discussions often led by key opinion leaders and industry. So particularly for the publishers, and this platform is very fitting for the authors have instant questions or support with a live support via platforms. We often need a timely support and responses, seeking more reviews from the community. That is the good point for the Zhihu to support. Okay, that's all about my introduction for these platforms. I'm handing over to Andrew.
Thanks, Claire. So I'd like to talk a little bit about Baidu. So what we've seen so far is WeChat and Jiangsu Red Notes. Those are both very discrete, closed social apps, and those apps very much look to keep you within their own environment. Bilibili is a web-based app. It's searchable within Baidu, but also is integrated to some extent into WeChat. So there are benefits of using Bilibili across the piece. So why does Baidu matter? Well, this is the number one search engine within China. It has a 70% plus market share, and it's very much the Chinese Google. So traditionally, it's the platform people will go to search and to find answers and to find links to websites. So for publishers, how best can you optimize your use of Baidu? Well, number one, obviously, is content discoverability. So Baidu, similar to Google, has Baidu Scholar. It's possible to search for academic articles, to refine your searches, to go through those articles and then link to the publisher pages. Now, typically, Baidu will have indexed the majority of publishers, and the majority of content will be searchable and findable. But what you can do is add what's called a trust certificate, where you put in place an agreement with Baidu to ensure full indexing, but they will also undertake a review of your journal. And if you're approved, you can end up with the verification badge, which is the little blue badge you can see in front of me. This is powerful for a couple of reasons. The first is if I'm a researcher looking for a journal, if I come across your journal, I'm going to know that it's a verified source. It's a reputable title, first of all. It's not a fake journal, but it's a reputable journal title. It will also pull through more metadata about the journal itself. So as you can see here, I can see the image, I can see the key data around the journal. And then the little blue button below is then a link through to the publisher's page. So by having trust certificates, you're creating trust with users, but also you're improving the click-through rate to your journal pages from one of your academic titles. So having those agreements in place with Baidu is really important, and it really will help your visibility within China. The second is, if you're finding that Google ads work well for you, then I would definitely look at Baidu ads. Baidu, again, is very similar to Google. That there are a lot of differences, but technically, we don't need to go into those today. But the big one I tend to point out is this. When you look at the homepage of Baidu, the majority of that page is dominated by adverts. So even if you've got great SEO in the market, even if you're ranking highly, you're still going to be at least halfway down the first page. And if you're not within the top couple of results, you're going to end up on the second page. So for many reasons, it's actually worth looking at Baidu ads, even if that's just to make sure as a brand, you're on top of the page when people search for you. Also bear in mind the search behavior. People may use Chinese, they may use English for you. So what we can do is we can look at how we set up Baidu ads across Chinese English search to ensure that we're bidding on keywords to make sure that your journal is visible where it needs to be, your publishing brand is visible when people are searching through for it. You can then track that. If we put a Baidu agreement in place, then we can also then look at how we can track that through Baidu's own dashboard, which they will set up for you when we put in place that indexing agreement. The other thing to consider is obviously landing pages. If you don't have information in Chinese on your website, then it's really worth considering doing that, because obviously that's going to help with indexing information about you as the publisher. It's going to help if people are searching for you in Chinese, and we can help in terms of set up websites and optimize different landing pages to make them visible. It's also going to help in terms of the click-through rate from those ads. So if you've got a Chinese landing page following a Chinese advert, you're always going to see a higher click-through rate, and you're going to reduce the drop-off rate. The other thing to consider as well is really, currently search is still king. Most of us still use Google. In China, most people will still use Baidu. But AI optimization and thinking about the AI future is definitely where you need to be. Now, in China, if we look at the different tools being used, you can see here on the screen the top three right now are DeepSeek, which is no surprise, Daobao, which is from ByteDance, the owner of Douyin and TikTok, and then you've got Yuanbao, which is from Tencent, which is the WeChat owner. And Yuanbao actually interlinks with DeepSeek as well. You can choose the model that you use when you use that particular tool. So you can see already AI tools have got a huge market share, being regularly used by your authors and your stakeholders within China. Now, if they're asking questions about journals, about publishing, and about you, then that model needs to have been trained on something. Now, if we're thinking about training the model, this is obviously still in its infancy and things may change over time. But right now, there's kind of two key lessons to think about. The first is still content is key. Do you have good authoritative content about you as an organization and about your journals in Chinese? And secondly, rather than links, are people talking about you? Do you have content on WeChat? Do you have content on different social posts? Are your authors talking about you? Are your stakeholders engaging with you? If you have both of those things, then that's going to help in terms of how these models are picking you up, how they're being trained, and then the results that they're returning. So an investment in social media and in search will provide not just an early return, it will also start to create content that's going to help in terms of visibility on these models as well.